Hello my friends, this is Paul and welcome to A Common Touch of Fantasy. Today we're going to do a review, and today we're reviewing The Graveyard book by Neil Gaiman. I absolutely love this book. I gave it a 5 out of 5. I gave it a 3 for plot, a 4 for characters, a 5 for the heart and mind, a 4 for the world building and setting, and a 5 for the writing style and the narration. I listened to this on audiobook and it was fantastic. So the beginning of this book starts out with a murder at a house, and a man is killing an entire family. Fortunately, a young baby around the age of 2 or 3 is able to escape. So the man, his name is Jack, chases the little boy to a local graveyard that's nearby. At the local graveyard, 2 ghosts run into the young boy, and they realize that this man is chasing after him. So these 2 ghosts help to hide the young boy in the graveyard. Then a mysterious man named Silas shows up and takes Jack, the killer, and uses some form of mind manipulation to tell Jack that the baby was last seen somewhere else and that the baby is not in the graveyard at all. So the baby is now in the care of the people of the graveyard. The 2 people that found him, the Owenses, are now his parents, and the man that helped, Silas, is now his guardian. His guardian Silas goes out and gets him food and all the necessities that the young boy needs to live. So he is a living boy living in a graveyard with a bunch of undead. And the story is about him growing up as a resident of the graveyard, interacting with the different people in the graveyard, different ghosts, and then also later on interacting with the world, the living world. I really liked this. This audiobook was one of the best audiobooks I've ever listened to. Why this is so good is because Neil Gaiman himself is the narrator. Now, when the author themselves narrates a book, it just adds a little something special, because I believe when an author writes a scene, he has kind of an idea in his head of the atmosphere, the tone of the scene, the personality of the characters, how they deliver their lines, how they talk. And I think when they deliver an audiobook performance, that they are so true to what they originally intended for their book that it just shines through, and it's just such an honest portrayal of the source material. And I just think that performance just comes through in a lot of audiobooks where the actual narrator is the author. And Neil Gaiman is an amazing narrator, and I really enjoyed it. The other part of this book that I really loved was the emotional impact that this book made on me. He has a spirit of exploring, of just being happy and enjoying life and learning all that he can learn. And I just really connected to Bod, which is his name. Bod, Nobody Owens is what his name is. And I just really connected to this little boy. And just reading about him growing up, it's just a great thing. As an adult, I absolutely love coming of age stories. I don't know why I still like coming of age stories so much. I'm 33 years old, and I just absolutely love coming of age stories. For some reason, they really impact me emotionally. So I'm not ashamed to say that near the end of this book, I was actually getting teary-eyed. I was getting sad. I was getting happy. This is an emotional read for me, and I really enjoyed it so much. The characters in this book were fantastic, especially the non-human characters, the ghosts and the mysterious beings, the mystical beings. They're so great, because when you have a ghost or a mystical being, you can really emphasize a specific trait that they have. And you can't really do that with humans, because sometimes if you emphasize a specific trait, it's a little bit distracting when you write about humans like that. But when it's a non-human and you emphasize somebody being cranky, it's just funny, and it just really opens up your imagination. Gaiman is one of the few authors that really opens my mind up when I read. He is able to expand what I expect in a fairy tale or a fantasy book into a direction I never would have guessed. And that's why I like Neil Gaiman so much. They're just so imaginative, and it's really a mind trip. A lot of fantasy books, there aren't a lot of surprises, but in Gaiman's work, there are always surprises. I highly suggest that if you're going to read The Graveyard Book, to check out the audiobook. The performance by Gaiman himself is fantastic, and he even adds a little bit of music in there at the beginning of the chapters. And at first I was like, what is this? Music? Okay. But I ended up liking it so much because it created an atmosphere. And the music just fit in so well with the story, and it just added so much an atmosphere. Check this book out, guys. Grab the audiobook. You won't regret it. Even if you've read the book in physical format, maybe grab it off Overdrive, the audiobook off of Overdrive if you're going to do a reread. It's definitely worth it. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Alright, so thank you for watching this review of The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. Always check out my website at cometouchoffantasy.com. Thank you for watching. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Goodreads, follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is usually where I put books that I buy. I don't usually do book hauls a whole lot, so when I buy a book, I usually take pictures of them on Instagram. So check that out. Please like and subscribe, and thank you.